Okay, so if you guys don't mind, because I do work a lot, I just kind of want to skim through the new possible updates that's going to be in the PTB. So likely a lot of these changes are going to happen. A lot of meta is going to be switched. You know, anytime there's an update of something that's like heavily nerfed or heavily buffed, there's always going to be something that either survivors or killers are going to use, right, the most. Because it's all about winning the game, right? It's all, especially at like the highest level, it's all about winning the game. That's why a lot of survivors don't understand when they're camped a lot, or killers when we bring in a lot of, you know, gen perks. It's all about winning at the end of the day, right? And people will do whatever they can to either escape or to get all 4 hooks or all 4 kills. I'm sorry. I'm gonna talk about healing rebalance, 7 perks rework, killer updates, and flashlight cleanup. And but then those 7 perks are not even gonna be all perks. I'm talking about only just like the main one that's like the most controversial. Okay. So let's actually talk about Circle of Healing, because this is a major one. I really want to get the major ones out of the way, right? That's to keep people watching, right? So with Circle of Healing is going to be a rework, and moving forward, you will no longer be able to heal yourself within that boon. Your teammates will actually be able to heal you. I think you can't heal yourself without a med kit within the boon. So for the most part, which I'm going to get into next about healing, you can't heal yourself unless you probably have like self-care that's gonna take like forever and all that type of stuff. I'm either gonna I can't wait till I talk about that, bro. That's crazy what they did to healing. But within the Circle of Healing, your aura will be revealed by all teammates so long as you are in that aura, and it's gonna provide a 40 to 45 to 50% healing speed bonus to healing others. So that means people will be able to heal you a little bit faster within that bone. And it says this bonus will not apply to healing done with the med kit. Additionally, the auras of so basically it's just going to show you if you are in that aura, all of your survivors. Now here's my thing about that. I'm glad that they did a little bit something with that. As a survivor man with basically 6,000 hours into this game, it's not that I hate boons. It's not that I hate Circle of Healing, which is obviously the most popular boon there is. It's just that people have this illusion that, like, okay, how can I say this? All right, so you have survivors. They will say, oh, but at the highest level it's really hard against. Yeah, I understand that, but not everybody plays at the highest level, right? Everybody know how to loop and know how to, like, I feel like a lot of survivors, they hate this change because it's almost like they want to replace their bad looping skills with just a boon. It's like a band-aid. Oh, I'm just gonna put a band-aid over me getting caught. So think about this, like, you don't even count how long it, I think it's what, 15 seconds to boon a totem, and that's not even including like hex totems. I think that's just like a normal. If I'm wrong, please correct me kindly. I'm only human. I'm not always right, but I think inside that, like, it takes like 15 seconds, right? That's not even counting you looking for the totems. And everybody, you know, have map knowledge and layouts to understand where these totems are, right? So that's taking you forever just to find it. Then you're booning. Mind you, gens take on average 90 seconds now. It was like 10 seconds less, 80 seconds before. That's not even counting them, like killers having all these slowdowns and all this, which I'm gonna get into later on too, right? But what I'm saying is that you have a lot of survivors that think that they can just continue to heal and heal and heal. And then when the killer chases them, they go down in like 10 seconds. So it's like you're wasting so much time healing over and over again. Boons are very good for the team, right? So that's the pro of it. It's very good. You can instantly be healed. I think they used to have it when Michaela came out before, that you can heal even faster. And then they just nerf it and nerf it. That's what behavior seems to do, is just nerf a lot, right? But now they're making it where you cannot heal on your own. You have to have teammates pretty much help you out. And I think that's a good rework. And I'm a survivor main who do not, it's not that I hate the idea of the perk. I just don't like that in solo queue you got people who just think that that's all they need to be doing is setting up boons when you need to be setting up on a generator. Like, at the end of the day, like, if you learn how to run killer and you run adrenaline or you run inner strength, which is pretty much giving you like a reward for finding killers items, like a hex totem or totem in general, you can just jump in a locker and just heal yourself within like maybe 8 seconds or whatever, right? Depending on the tier level that you got. But you cannot just constantly heal all day, bro. That's what y'all don't understand. And it's even worse when you go against Plague, because I mean, even like I said, I know there are new people, but even Plague, like you can't even heal at all like that when she got you like in her vomit. You have to pretty much cleanse, but you still will hear like a circle of healing. I ain't talking about Shadow Step, Bone Theory. I'm talking about circle of healing, but still be blessed. And maybe people got challenges. I don't know, but that's really annoying. All right, so but let's talk about the healing. Now, this is what I have an issue with though, low key, not mid key, but low key. They basically making it where it's just gonna take 24 seconds to heal your teammates. From what I understand, naturally, I think it was like 16 seconds currently, 24 seconds. Okay, I want y'all to understand that you ever been in a situation which I need y'all to stop unhooking underneath the hook. Listen, I'm gonna let y'all know this. I'm gonna give y'all some game if you guys are, if you guys don't really play killer like that. I don't really play killer as much as I used to, but I played it back in the day. Like, if you unhook a killer, if you unhook a survivor under the hook and the killer just like the killer get the noise notification, they can also see the icon that somebody just got unhooked. So I mean, I'm just saying it's not like you're sneaking. People be like, well, I just quickly do it underneath the hook. I heal underneath the hook because the killer don't know. Yes, they do. They do know. Like unless they come out with a perk that you can quietly take somebody off the hook, they do know. Like they have a noise notification. It's an explosion. So this is for people who don't know, right? So what I'm saying is that when you are trying to like take a hit for the survivors, a lot of people do not like to take aggro, but at least try to like get that heal off. Now they're making it where it's really rough to heal somebody faster. I mean, you pretty much can now as I'm trying to show you guys these slides. I'm trying to edit this video. Like, I got 2 days off, so I'm trying to do my best to like get this stuff done. Basically, you get one charge because it's you get like a 24 charge by default. And I think if you add like an add-on, you can get like an extra charge, and you might have like 2 max that you can charge. But they're making it where with any of these med kit items, because I guess they're trying to rework it, they're making it where if you want to help your teammate and heal them with the med kit, the campaign aid kit, which is the common brown one, or like the regular brown item that you get, is speed by 20%. It was 25%. So they made that a little bit faster. Healing speed with first aid kit, that's an uncommon one, that's going to be by 25%, was 35%. And then emergency med kit, which is rare, increases the altruistic healing speed by 30%, was 50. No longer increases the speed at which you heal yourself, which is crazy. It says Ranger Medikit, very rare, increases the altruistic healing speed by 35%, was 50. Increases skill checks success zones by 10%, was 14. Increases great skill check zones by 10%, was 15. I just, again, the fact, and then listen, can I say this though real quick, low key? And I know this video is gonna be long, but I want y'all to understand this too. Self-care users, dude, this don't even like imagine if you try to like use, like self-care is already bad enough for you to try to use it. It takes so long, right? But imagine like Sloppy Butcher. If you're trying to like either like heal yourself, that's gonna take like 68 seconds without Sloppy Butcher. If you get hit with Sloppy Butcher, that's gonna be 86 seconds. So that's like 4 seconds off before a gen is even popped. And if you're trying to heal your teammate and the killer got Sloppy Butcher, it's just gonna take even longer to heal your teammates. So no, that's an L. I think that's not something that was needed. I just do not think that. I think that I understand what they're trying to do, but I just feel like they're just making things worse. In my opinion, that's just how I feel. The boon, I'm not mad at, but I do feel like when it comes to healing, that just didn't make sense at all, right? Okay, now we're gonna talk about, let me see, I'm gonna talk about the killers stuff, what they nerfed a little bit with killer that was really strong. Overcharging Call of Brine. Let's talk about Call of Brine. Call of Brine was really good to hold 3 gens, because if you chase somebody away, you can pretty much just kick the gen, and it just damn near fully regresses, at 200%. So like if you got it on the first tier, it's at 150 to 175 to 200%. But now what they're trying to do now is they're trying to make it to where if you have it on the first tier, it's going to be, it regresses at 115 to 120 to 125%. That's a game changer, considering like, killers like, I'm not going to say Sadako was like a strong killer, but it's, killers that can pretty much protect a 3 gen pretty well, like Sadako, let me see, the Skull Merchant, like even like the Knight and all that stuff like that. But them, like smart killers know to try to work for a 3 gen, and they know to pretty much chase survivors away, so that way they can try to go back and just kick the gen, and then just goes damn near all the way down. So I just think that that's pretty much helped, because they already increased the gens. These slowdowns, all killers like to do is just throw slowdowns. That's all they seem to want to do. So to me, it's less skillful as a killer, in my opinion, when you can just pretty much do that, right? And people wonder why survivors have to run these meta perks or these gen perks, because you pretty much slowing down the game after it's already like 90 seconds to do a gen. Okay, and then now we're gonna talk about overcharge. Basically, all they're doing with that, it says it says to bring it in line with the other perks, we reduce the maximum regression speed to 130 and was 200%. So basically, yeah, you kick the gen, and I think it's pretty much let me see, similar to colorblind. This perk also increases the regression rate of generators to bring it. Yeah, so pretty much when killer just kicks it, now it's just going to be much harder for them to like knock down the gen a lot bit more. This will make it longer to regress the rate to become beneficial. So at the same time, we've increased the starting regression speed to 85%, was 75% to help offset this. Additionally, the penalty of missing the special skill check has been reduced to 2 to 3 to 4%, was 3 to 4 to 5%. So they pretty much a big nerf to colorblind and overcharge. Pretty much it was going to regress with colorblind at the most going to regress at 125. It was 200, and then overcharge is going to regress to 130% instead of 200%. So that's pretty much good in that one. Now this is some of the stuff that I'm talking about here that's going to really kind of annoy me, and that is the blind interaction removal. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not really a fan of it at all. I think that I know people are like, oh well, Wraith, basically with the blind light interactions, when it comes to the Wraith, Nurse, Artist, Hag, let me just pretty much run through this. Wraith, you can't blind him anymore out of his cloak, which I think is stupid. I don't care if he's a strong or a weak killer. Not everybody understood to do that. I didn't even know that until I was actually watching YouTube videos of players that are really good in comp matches knowing how to do that. Y'all still have to show me the kill rates. I don't want to hear nothing about like all across the board. Killers are dominating. I don't care if you high MMR, low MMR. Killers are still winning the game. You cannot tell me that you cannot tell me survivors are winning. There's no disrespect to anybody who's watching my video, and I do appreciate anyone, but I just feel like really good killers know that they're dominating. Newer or killers who need a little bit more practice think they still survivor sided. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. But you cannot no longer blind a Wraith out of his cloak. The Nurse, you can't pretty much like stop her, like you can't burn her anymore from blinking. And I think that when she was holding a blink, you could burn her, but now they're trying to make, I don't know if they're gonna stop her from blinding out of her second blink, but I do think that is weird as F. That you are stopping people who, this is not even in a manual book. Like this is stuff that's not easy to do or understand. That's why you guys survivors that are high MMR or people who've been playing the game for years and thousands of hours, they understand how to do that against good killers. And it pretty much helps, right? It pretty much helps. But yeah, they nerfing that. Here's one of the things that's really, okay, the Hag, yeah, they're gonna make it where you can't like you can't like blind her traps anymore, which I still think that took like coordination a lot of the times too. I want you guys to keep in mind, when I make clips, I make videos about me looping killers and all that stuff like that, I get a lot of hate, but I still want like a lot of killers to understand that these killers still win their games. Like a lot of the times I make these clips, I still lose the game because it still takes 4 survivors to pretty much be like doing their part. If I have a killer main that is just working alone, he or she can still win the game. In fact, I can't even tell you many times that I escaped those matches, that I have all those fun chases, because it means nothing if I'm in a solo queue and no one's doing gens. You understand what I'm saying? Alright, but this was really irritating me. The Artist, you can no longer, they're saying moving forward, take away her crows with a flashlight. So that means if you're trying to take a flashlight and blind a survivor who like have birds swarming them, or even if you're trying to like counter, like let's say you're in Shack and there's like a bird like near a window, you can't like blind it away anymore. Like what are y'all doing with y'all game, bro? Like why these are things that, like, who complained about this? That's what I want to know. Like who said, oh man, I can't play the game anymore because, like, what are y'all doing with life? Like read a book or something. I don't know. Like what are y'all doing? Why this? Especially with the Wraith. That is so stupid. That is so stupid. That is so stupid. I think I pretty much talked about most of all of these things. But it's one thing I really want to talk about that I know I'm like, oh yeah, my bad. Oh yeah, it's the Scourge Hook and Pain Resonance. This is another one. Scourge Hook and Pain Resonance, pretty much you can only, when it comes to Scourge Hook, you can only do it like 4 times. 4 tokens, 4 survivors, you hook them. That's pretty much it. I think with this, you pretty much, obviously, like when it comes to me talking about, not Call of Brine, the other one, Overcharge, you kick the gen, it regresses and all that stuff at 200. Now it's going to be like 130, whatever. But with this one, this was, I think it pretty much, when you hook a survivor on those white hooks, it regresses and explodes the gem with the most progress. Now you can only do it pretty much 4 times in a match and you're done. You can't just do it like whenever you want, which is cool. I think that's nice. They pretty much trying to reverse all this stuff that's meta. Like I said, it's just gonna be a new meta that's just gonna come. But Dead Heart, this is the one that I think a lot of people are gonna also hate as well, which I was never really that big of a fan of Dead Heart. I always think that Dead Heart worked like 50% of the time. That's why it's funny to me when I'm watching these killer mains who's using the new Dead Heart, saying I pressed E, or man, I pressed X, or whatever. It's like, well, you're starting to see that it wasn't just easy to pull off. It still took a bit of timing to understand what you're doing. And at the end of the day, let me just say this too. I know this video is gonna be long, but I just want people to really understand this. At the end of the day, like, Dead Heart doesn't, like, it can help you in loops if you know what you're doing. There are a lot of survivors who still don't understand what they're doing in Chase. So to have this assumption that just because you have a perk, it doesn't automatically win you the game. I heard somebody in this Facebook group say, oh, well, Dead Heart is just one perk that wins you the game. No, it doesn't. It still takes 4 survivors or 3 survivors to still be doing their part. You can run the killer for years, but if no one's on gens, then where is your Dead Heart getting you? Oh, but the high MMR survivors. But see, again, you can't just talk about like a small portion of people. You think everybody's at high MMR, everybody's just knowing how to loop? You still have to understand how to chain loops when it's necessary, how to mind game when it's necessary, use the palette, understand the safe palettes, and not wasting them. You still have to understand that. And I just feel like a lot of times people don't really get that. Yeah, a lot of killer mains, they get outplayed and they just want to find something to complain about or blame their game. Or the fact that you still get 3 kills, but you couldn't get that one survivor that looped you like 6 times. Like, dude, you still got 3 out of the 4. Even if that survivor escaped, you still won the game. It's not a 1v1, dude. Killer will never be weaker than a survivor. I don't care. You can take the slowest killer in the game, the weakest killer in the game. They will still be stronger than a single survivor. Though keep in mind, if you don't understand how to chase a survivor, or you don't understand when to go back to your 3-gen, that one survivor can win the game. It's just all about your playstyle. Yes, there are killers that are stronger than others and that can protect the 3-gen better than others, yes. But it just takes hours in the game of understanding. But basically, what I want to say about Dead Heart is it's going to activate when you safely unhook a survivor. It's almost like that Francis perk. Like, when you can unhook yourself, but it's only activated when you unhook a survivor. It's kind of like that, but that's when it would be activated. Now, I want to know, is it just when you only one time unhook a survivor that game, or do you have to keep unhooking people for DB? I don't know, but I think it's going to work like that, where you have to activate it first. But here's the pro about this. So the pro is, okay, it still works the same. You just have to unhook a survivor. But what if you're all like in Chase the first time? The killer slaps on Lethal Pursuer, they see you, like, what is that going to do for you, right? So, like I said, to me, that's kind of all I want to talk about today. I hope I was clear. I think this update is kind of, only thing I don't like about this update for me is just the healing. I don't care about circular healing. I know a lot of people aren't a fan of that. But when it comes to like the healing aspect of like natural, like 24 seconds base kit, and the fact that people now can, like I said, killers know that they're gonna slap on Sloppy Butcher. You're never gonna be able to heal. Self-care is a joke at this point, for really. It was already a joke before, but 68 seconds is gonna take forever to heal on your own. Plus, if you look at the fact that if they put on Sloppy Butcher, it's gonna take like 86 seconds. So even if you try to stack it, it's still gonna take a long time. So, but I do like what they did with the killer's regression perks, to try to offset like the Skull Merchant, the Knight, all these killers that can pretty much protect the 3-gen quite well. But they still did not need to remove the flashlight room. Who complained? They already done rework flashlights and how fast you can use them, but who did that, man? I don't understand it. But that's just me. I hope you guys enjoyed this long rant video. That's all I wanted to pretty much talk about. I'm gonna still pretty much leave everything down in the description if you want to read the full about like they got other stuff too. Like they got the Bloodweb Improvements, which is cool. The visual terror radius for people that are deaf, you know, to show like the heartbeat, so that way they'll know when the killer is approaching. I'm not sure necessarily how that'll be with stealth killers, however. Map updates with auto haven and stuff like that. The deep rift, those are stuff that's cool. But when it comes to like the killer updates, I just hope I was clear on that. Yeah, but if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like. I'm close to 2,000 subs, almost at 1,900. It'd be great if you guys could sub and, you know, and stuff like that. And please leave anything in the comment section that's positive. If you disagree with me, that's fine too. I don't really care. Just keep it respectful. That's all I ask. It's just at the end of the day, y'all, I just want people to understand. I know how this community is. It's just a video game. Keep that in mind. Like, I work a real job. I'm not even able to even play like that anymore. Like, I try to do these videos when I can and clips, and you know, it takes me forever. But yeah. But hey, if nothing else, have a blessed day. Stay safe out here, and peace.